Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I've been getting a couple of messages and requests from people asking me how I managed to get bursaries and funding from the university that I went to in England. So rather than helping just one person, I thought the fairest thing to do would be to help everyone in the process. So in this video, I'm going to decode what a scholarship is, what a bursary is, and how you can apply to both a scholarship and a bursary. When I was at the university, I got awarded over £4,500 in bursaries. This was because I wrote a lot of letters to the university staff and the university bursaries team. A university usually has lots of fundings. That is because you spend a lot going to the university, and also the government gives a lot of funds to the universities as well. So you have to use that funding and use that bursaries and scholarships to your end, because otherwise you're just drowned in money. I got £4,500 in funding, in which I had applied for 8 bursaries, and out of which I got 7 bursaries. 6 of them were called Vice Chancellor's Fund or Vice Chancellor's Bursary, and one of which was a Crisis Fund, which was for £1,000. The Vice Chancellor's Bursary, at least in my university, was open to everyone. And because I was an international student, it was a bit difficult to get through the other kind of bursaries and fundings which were available for mostly people from Europe or people from England and so on. But the crisis fund was for £1,000, which I got towards the end of the third year, which was extremely necessary, extremely helpful for me to get through the year in which I was stuck in England due to COVID. So I'm going to explain how this bursaries and how the scholarships work. So let's get to scholarships. So what is a scholarship, first of all? A scholarship is basically awarded to you before you go to the university. So that means normally scholarship is a merit-based system. So you apply, you write a letter to the university before going to the university and before choosing your minor major. And this is usually awarded if you don't have enough funds to go to the university, but you have the talent, or if you are a good leader in your school, or if you are good in academics while growing up. That's when the university considers giving you a scholarship to help you get through the university experience. So I did not apply for a scholarship, first of all, because I had very weird kind of credentials going into the university, mainly because of my study, which was like a half degree in India, and then getting into the second year directly into the university in England, which is a video for some other time. But because of that, I did not get to apply for a scholarship. But as soon as I got to the university, I realized that bursaries were still open for me. So from the 4th or 5th month, I started applying for bursaries. So what is a bursary? A bursary is completely different to a scholarship. It is financial aid for students who cannot afford the university once they are in the university. And this is basically open to everyone. If you're a home student, if you're an international student, you're from Europe, you're from, be it anywhere, wherever your university is, this is available for everyone. Normally on your university website, there's a there's a section called funding and bursaries, or scholarship and bursaries. I will show you what my university scholarship and bursaries looked like. So this is the scholarship and bursaries page on my university website. So here you have a list of bursaries that you can apply for. These are all the bursaries that are always open throughout the study course that you're on to, first, second, third year, wherever you may be. And there are some bursaries which are specified to special things. That is, if you're some universities have it different for handicapped people, let's say, or for someone who has a severe illness or something like that, or it's a memorial fund. It depends. um, and then there are other bursaries which are always open, wherever you may be on whichever university course. uh, I applied for Vice Chancellor's Fund because that was the only fund that was kind of open, and which was available to me during the first COVID lockdown, because everything else was shut because of the university being shut. And the Vice Chancellor's Fund was a fund that I could actually directly put my case against a group of people, or the team that is in charge at the university. They come together for discussing cases throughout the months in the university, throughout the calendar year. And this is, at least I thought, this was the only straightforward way to ask the team, the members of the university, to help me as a one-to-one case, which I would recommend if anyone is trying to get a bursary, or if anyone is trying to apply for a bursary. It's much better to talk to the bursary team one-on-one, or the scholarship team one-on-one, and get your case forward. And most of the universities have a dedicated team that will help you to get through the scholarship and bursary process. And if you don't know how to do it, they'll help you as well. At least that is, in my case, that is how I was helped. Um, then then when you apply for the bursary, you have a grace period of about 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how busy the university staff is. But within 2 to 3 weeks, you should get a reply. um, in my case, normally, after the first couple bursaries, which is the first and second bursary, I started getting replies almost within a week, because I knew the person that I used to send my bursary application to. Now, what is a bursary application? A bursary application is the letter that you write to the university bursaries team. Usually this letter is a personalized letter that you write to the university, in which you state why and how did you get into this situation, and why you urgently need this fund from the university. At least in my case, I was laid off during the first lockdown, and I did not have any other means to get any funding or any money in my pockets at that point. And being an international student, it's extremely difficult to get any money overseas, from overseas. So I had this case, and I laid out that case in the letter, which gave me some credit. And after showing my bank statement, and after showing some of other credentials that they asked for, I got £500 directly in my bank account, which I did not have to pay back afterwards, which is the case with bursaries. Bursaries is free money that you do not have to pay back to the university. So if anyone is in the university, and if anyone is thinking of, I have spent so much to go to the university, and I don't know what I'm going to do. And I have to work for the n number of hours throughout the week just to manage everything. I think this is a good way to get money from the university because, the university has a lot of money, and normally no one no one asks for that money, or no one sends letters to the university or bursaries team to say asking for any money, which is why the money just gets piled up and it just stays there for a long period of time. Um, and You don't want to do that. Instead, you want to have the most that you can get out of the university experience, because who doesn't like free money? Yeah? So this is the bursaries, my experience with the bursaries. Again, I applied for Vice Chancellor's Fund over and over again because I had built a rapport with the university and the bursaries team, and I knew how to write a letter, what to send, and I had some legitimate problems that were in front of me. So many people say to me that, but Ash, you had a legitimate problem. How can I get? Well, most of us have a legitimate problem, but we rather would like to work at a boot store somewhere and get money than getting money from the university and doing what you want to do, which is what I did. Um, I was working as a bartender at the very start of the university, and then I got laid off. But I had already applied for a lot of jobs. I did not get into any of those jobs, but that gave me the choice to write a letter to the university bursaries team saying that I have this legitimate problem. But the second last bursary that I got, I did have a job then. But the only problem was I was onto so many things, and I was into my third year, and I had to have money to sustain myself throughout the last couple of months, as well as work on the project for my final year thesis. And it meant that I was going to be wrapped up in a lot of things, and I did not have enough money to go through that entire process. And because my student loan, which was from my country, India, only covered the university expenses and did not cover any of the housing or any of the food expenses or anything else that I wanted to do. So I applied for the crisis fund when I had a job, and I still got £1,000 at that time, which was extremely helpful for me to go through those 3 months. Um, if you have any problems writing the application, at least in my case, many of your tutors help you a lot. It's just that a lot of students don't talk to the tutors quite as often. And the personal tutor is usually there to help you. But because of the university system, and because there's like 100 of yous or 100 students like you, you think that the professor or the personal tutor would be off the grid, or he wouldn't help you. But that's not the case. At least the experience that I had, my personal tutor, he helped me through every single problem that I had, to the point where he even criticized the university at one point, saying that this student has done a lot of work, as well as he has been consistent in in his his modules, and still the university hasn't helped him. So I would I would rather go and ask the university professor or the personal tutor that we get in the universities to help you out. Well, that is the bursaries. Scholarship is a completely different path, which I haven't taken, which is why I did not delve into the scholarships part that as much. Um, so if this is this is basically what a bursary looks like, and this is basically how you go about the bursary. Be legitimate, be consistent in your applications. If the first application gets rejected, that does not mean that your entire record is bad and you will not get accepted in a second bursary application or something like that. I have seen that. I did not get one application, but I did not lose the moral to just go and apply for another application, which eventually got accepted. And even after those, even after the rejection that I got from the university, I still ended up getting almost £2,500 after the rejection. So I would suggest that every single university student out there should go and apply for a bursary right now. If you're in the third year, you should do it right away, because you have like 2-3 months left, and this is free money that you can use for your final year project, or even after the university, for setting up some business or something which is extremely helpful. At least that was the case for me. And other than the bursaries, I also got awarded another £500 from the university arts department as a scholarship for setting up my personal uh, project after the university, and personal business after the university. And this is things like these matter, and things like these are free money for you to start venturing into new things, into new arenas, new ideas. It can take you to different countries. It can help you create new projects and so on. It is extremely important to apply for a bursary, and you should do it right away. So if you want to have any further discussions, or if you want to know what a script for the letter is like, you can just send me a message at my email ID, which is written in the description, or it's just ashutoshjoshiphoto@gmail.com. And also you can connect to me on my Instagram, which is Ashutosh Joshi Studio. And I can answer your questions from there on. So thanks for listening, and let me know what else I can help with university stuff from here on. All right.